Hi there traders, this is Steve Miley, the market chartist for FX Explained. Now today we're going to take a look at a couple of the major FX pairs in here. We're going to take a look at the euro versus the dollar, EURUSD, and we're also going to take a look at the pound versus the dollar, GBPUSD, also called the cable spot FX rate. So we're going to take a look at both of those. Now underlying pressures in here for the euro in here have returned. The market had this significant dip lower in here actually last week, and that kind of caused us to be very short term, more negative. Having previously though taken out this important peak in here from late October 118.81, and also took out these peaks in here from back in September at 119.00, 119.17. Now that was all of that through here was enough for us to shift that intermediate outlook to more bullish when we pushed up here to 119.20. However, short term in here we've been slightly more negative with this setback we've seen. However, the push over the past 24 hours back above some resistance in here in the 118.65.70 area in here, that push above that resistance up to 118.94 has caused us to shift our very short-term outlook for today to the upside. You can see we're running up against this trend line support, holding this trend line support, and so the threat to me is higher to this more recent peak from the past 24 hours at 118.94. Then we've got that peak in here for November at 119.20, and above there then it opens up risk up to these higher levels. Now not saying we're going up to these higher levels, 119.66, and then also the cycle peak at 120.11 today, but there is a risk we get up towards 120 again going into the balance of this week. So real upside pressures in here for the euro. I'm going to turn our attention to the pound in here. Now a couple of things before we do that. One, please do like our videos on our YouTube channel. Hit that like button and subscribe if you like what you're seeing. And the other thing to say is, just when we're talking about the pound in here, we do have a really good article in here on the pound in here, the history of the pound it's called. So take a look at that one. The link is below the YouTube channel in here, this YouTube channel description. So take a look at that down below in here, the history of the pound. I'm talking about pound dollar, but not just the pound versus the dollar, the history of the pound going back to historical times and also in modern times. Now let's get back to the program, pound versus dollar. So again, we've had this dip lower in here last week, but the pound really held on to some really good support we had down here at 130.92. We rebounded off of 131.06, and since then we've been charging higher. Now the pound has been helped by both. We've seen broader US dollar weakness, which has seen the euro rally against the dollar as well. That US dollar weakness coming through from the fact that we're very much still in a risk on environment. I mean, the dollar at the moment very much seen as a safe haven currency. We're in risk on. Equity markets are near their all-time or multi-month highs in here, depending if you look at US or European equity indices. So equity markets are very strong. We're in risk on because of this very positive news we're having from the vaccines and the vaccine announcements from Pfizer and Moderna. Plus, we've still got this Biden bounce going on, this strength from markets liking the fact that the Biden victory, particularly the fact that also the government is being mixed, going to be a mixed government likely because we have the fact that the Republicans are going to hold on to the Senate. So all of that, the vaccine plus the Biden victory plus the mixed government, is keeping us in risk on. Equities are strong. Dollar is weak. Also for the pound side in here, we've got the EU-UK trade talks, which are going fairly well overall in the grand scheme of things. No, we're not at a deal yet, but there are some soundings come out of these EU-UK trade talks that things are there's some progress starting to be made, and the market's like that. So the pound is both rallying and the dollar is kind of weakening because of the broader risk on theme, and so we're seeing the pound pop back higher, close to this peak from last week at 133.17. Yesterday we got up to 132.72 on Tuesday. Real risk for today going into Wednesday up through 132.72. We're sat just below that peak, then 133.13, and then going into this week, maybe even today, for 133.59, and this week maybe back up to this cycle high up here at 134.83 with interim resistance between these resistances here at 134.03. So real upside pressures coming through for pound dollar as well in here. I'm going to wish you all a great trading day. Please do stay safe out there, and I'll be back with you with another market report very soon. This has been Steve Miley, the market chartist for FX Explained. Thank you so much for watching. Now, if you like what you've seen, please do hit that like button and don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. And, as always, have a great trading day.